Hello, everybody. It is Monday night, and welcome back to the Curve. Yes, we are back for another fantastic week. We are ready. We got some great show topics tonight. I am joined by my lovely host,
Hello.
the Tony G. Campbell.
Yes, it's me.
You had a fantastic Friday last Friday. I just want to let you know that.
Oh, I did?
You did.
Awesome.
You did.
I don't remember it. But
No. You are not call Tony on Fantastic Fridays on the Curves page. Please do. First of all, her kids are hilarious. Let's start there. Those children bring joy to my heart every single Friday morning. I don't know what we're going to do when they go back to school.
I know. I might actually get through an entire one without a child on my head. Oh my goodness.
They lay on her like little baby cubs, like little baby bears. Like they just lay on her head.
It's because they want to take over the show. They want their own show is what it is. And Caden has basically told his parents that I'm not waiting on y'all. He has started recording from his tablet and his sister's tablet.
Those are facts.
Yes. So he'll be up soon.
Kid Wonderful does that. He's I'll post some of the funny outtakes that he does, but it's all very loud and it's, hey guys, it's Kid Wonderful in the house. What do you get these
kids? Oh my gosh, Caden's like, hey, what he calls them? Oh, the Caden gamers. He's like, hey, Caden gamers, I'm gonna be playing Red Ball today, so watch me. And I'm like, dude, you literally only have the Wii and a laptop, so I don't even know what games you're really gonna be playing.
Apparently, that's all you need these days.
Apparently,
you don't need
6-year-olds.
Yes. So, tell the people where they can find you, Tony G. Campbell.
Oh yes, you can follow me at Tony G. Campbell the podcast. Mm-hmm. That's Tony with an I, the letter G, and Campbell with a P. Because I realize that people always spell my name wrong, so I have to tell you it's Tony with an I.
Tony with an I.
And you can listen at Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Facebook, the Twitter, Instagram, or TonyGCampbell.com.
Boop. All of those places you can go. And she has a podcast. Is it out already about about business, building your business while moving your family?
Yes, that came out this morning at 6 a.m. It's building your business while relocating your family. And Courtney Roberts is an awesome friend of ours, and she had a booming business here. And then they moved to New Orleans. And I was like, did you move there for the food, girl? Because, you know. But one of her biggest businesses is making those custom umbrellas.
Okay.
So that's why
One of my bucket list items to do. Now, I've been to New Orleans several times. But one of my bucket list items is to go to New Orleans and second line in the middle. Don't watch TV.
I don't watch a lot of TV. I'm sorry,
Tony
people.
G. Campbell, listen, we got to get your television game up because you guys.
I'm busy. Like today was a full day. Like we had to stay on schedule today in order for me to get here on time.
Hello,
yes.
On schedule.
Schedule.
Look at you.
We went to the playground this morning. I was like, y'all got 2 minutes. We got to stay on schedule. So.
You gave the babies 2 minutes at the playground?
Yes, because I've started driving for Amazon Flex. So, you know, I've been scheduling me about 4 hours in the day. Yeah, I did.
What kind of shenanigans and who shot John is this? You were giving children 2 minutes on the playground.
2-minute warning when it was time to go because we had to go. We had to stay on schedule. Especially if they wanted their parfaits from McDonald's. You know, we got to stay on schedule.
Children call Auntie so we can go have some real time in the park.
They were exhausted. My children run hard for 30 good minutes and it's hot, so then they ready to go. They don't care. McDonald's trumps everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anywho, we're going to talk a little bit about New Orleans in just a little bit because Essence Fest came up. But I am of course your girl Shannon Deneen, and you can follow me on shannondeneen.com. Of course, please go subscribe. You can hit me up on all the social medias, the Twitter, the Facebook, the Gram. I'm going to do better in the coming weeks. I've had a busy... I went on vacation week before last.
Say, Mama knows.
You
know better, Mama.
You know better, Mama. You know the show is going on. Don't call it a show.
But your podcast with your cousin.
Yes, my podcast, Flesh and Blood. You can also hit us up there on SoundCloud,
Yes.
and um, on all the social medias. I'm gonna do better about being on social media though, because I have clearly been on vacation and my brain might still be in Cozumel. But what a fantastic time Cozumel was. I went
Ooh.
snorkeling, y'all, for the first time
That
ever.
was your first time?
It was my first time going
As
snorkeling.
much as you travel, girl, I'm
I
shocked.
know, right? Like I go and I travel and I typically go see stuff. Like I'm a person who likes to go to the museums and I want to do all the touristy stuff and I want the experience. Like in Madrid, I went flamenco dancing, which is fun if you have never been.
I've never been. I'm gonna have to do
that.
that.
That is the oh, and the other thing I try to do every time I travel somewhere is take a cooking class because your girl likes to eat.
Really?
Yes. Every time I go, look on TripAdvisor. Typically, if you type in wherever you are, you type in cooking class. There is a cooking class available so that you can learn.
Interesting.
Yes, friends. You can learn about what you eating. You can bring the experience home. Because now your girl can make tasty churros and all kinds of other beautiful, wonderful deliciousness. I can do that.
Tasty churros.
Listen, churros with the Spanish chocolate. Child, ain't nothing in the world like it.
I've tasted them before, but yes. Oh my gosh. To learn, that would be
churros.
Because I'm always watching the cooking shows. That would be awesome.
Wherever you go, there's always a cooking class.
I learn something all the time.
I forgot how we got here, but anywho.
You were still on vacation mentally.
Yes, in my brain, I am still on vacation. I went snorkeling, did my snorkeling thing. It was amazing and wonderful and awesome. And so, yes, it was fantastic. So we are going to get into it. We are going to take a very, very quick commercial break so that we can kind of get some lighting situations going on in the studio corrected, and we will be right back with more of The Curve. We are back. Look who came to visit.
Yes.
Look what the wind blew in.
Look what the wind blew in. Hi, friend. How you doing?
Friends.
Co-host, how you doing?
Listen, I'm here. I got myself together. I didn't listen to Michelle Obama.
Wait, yes. Yes. We ready to go?
Yeah, I'm going to put a little more respect on my own name.
Yes, that part. That part.
Yeah,
yes.
we're ready to go.
How you doing?
I am doing great. I'm feeling refreshed. You know, great holiday weekend. How was your holiday? Was it good?
It was pretty good.
Holiday
Nice,
was
quiet by the pool. My children had a great time.
Yes.
I didn't have to cook.
Listen.
I made banana pudding, and we had
Come
a
on,
great
pudding.
time. Yes.
Come on, put. Did you bring some pudding?
No, girl, that pudding
See how
is gone.
see how your
know
friends
what?
do
No.
you? See how your friends
No,
do.
that pudding, it was this big and it's gone.
So you made it.
I made it, yes.
But you didn't bring none in. We've talked about this.
Listen.
In cake.
We've
Look,
had these conversations.
I don't need you.
I would
or
have
my
brought
aunt
some, but
to look
there
at my
were
plate.
none.
Yeah,
I feel like she could have put me a little container to the side.
I don't.
I feel like she
My
put it on the
children
table.
would have stabbed me. I'm just saying.
I said,
So-
take one for the team. I'm through.
Yeah, I would.
Holiday weekend was amazing. So the thing is, my hubby's birthday always falls. His birthday is on the 7th. So
Okay.
we typically, 4th of July was amazing. Went to my girl Samantha's, chilled out, had a great time, enjoyed myself. Her husband was grill master #1, doing amazing things with ribs and chicken and stuff. Just amazing.
You read my post.
What?
Okay, so friends, I don't
I
eat
heard about the chicken.
real food.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't eat barbecue. I am
afraid.
black. Both of my parents are black.
I don't know.
I don't eat that.
I got questions.
I've never eaten it.
I'm not
and
sure.
then somebody tried to get in my comments. One of my friends that I went to school with.
Yeah.
It was like, but I know you eat. I know you eat. You used to eat chicken with us in college. That's because I got my life right. I eat for my blood type with the chicken, and since I'm B positive, I don't eat chicken. My child doesn't eat chicken, and it's okay. Do not ever bring this up in front of my father, because he gave her a tender in front of me.
I get it.
And I just about died.
I mean, I know, and I get it.
I like the fellowship. Any holiday that involved a grill, my grandmother just ordered takeout for me. Like I went to the Mexican spot.
Grammy is always awesome.
That is some of the most spoiled stuff I've ever heard in my life. Let me tell you. Yes, let me tell you something. No, I'm not mad at you for not eating any grilled chicken and fish. None of that. I'm not mad at that. Let me tell you something.
The lime, the taste.
Let me tell you something. In the hood, you was either gonna eat them burnt hot dogs, or you was gonna get you some pasta salads, some baked beans, and call it. Well, nobody order you no extra meals.
Baked beans, they have a funny taste.
Oh.
And then the thing
Am I the only one who don't like potato salad?
I don't eat any of it. Spaghetti salad.
Don't look at me like that. I really don't like potato
I like the
salad.
fellowship.
Y'all, did she say she don't eat potato salad? Did somebody?
No.
I don't eat
Am
it
I
at
in the
all.
twilight zone? What are we doing
Potato
today?
salad, baked beans, anything on the
Now,
grill.
I like
Then my
some
uncle
baked
was like,
beans.
well,
I can do baked
got
beans.
a gas grill. It all tastes the same to me.
What is that show that the show, it was the words were black and green, but it was two detectives and they were always hunting aliens. I feel like we moved from the Curve to that show like in a matter of moments. Who are these people sitting next to me? People who, when, how? Now don't get me wrong, I don't eat everybody's potato salad, because first of all, there are people who are nasty and y'all got cats in your kitchen. I can't do you. But
What about the people that lick their finger
I
while they
mean,
cook?
that
I
too.
don't
I
eat
I
people
mean,
with cats.
I
I
don't-
can't eat
no.
with
Germs are
cats either.
germs. No,
no,
you know it's somebody in your family that cook and want to taste it with the same spoon.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I don't know what you do in your house.
like,
I don't know what.
I mean, I feel like
That's why
those
you gotta
germs are normal.
Pray protection
Yeah, I feel
over
like-
all our food.
I feel like those germs are
I'm
normal.
watching.
He's like, those germs are normal.
Those are normal germs.
It's a little bit. It's not a lot of germs. It's a little bit germs.
No, you get that plastic
Tiny
spoon, taste it, throw it out.
Plastic spoon. Anywho, did you at least go to the pool and see some fireworks?
Okay, so we went to Virginia.
Right.
So let's talk about this. First of all, my child likes all of the above.
Yes.
The only thing she does not eat is potato salad.
Okay, fair.
But my aunt tried to
I
fat
knew
shame
I
her.
love her.
My
I love
aunt
that girl.
tried to fat shame her, and then I had to give
Fat
her the
shame
fat
her?
because she was like, "Look at her, you eating, you gonna end up like me and your mama." No, she not gonna end up like you. I said, "Let me tell you something. We don't eat from off the kid menu."
What?
Yes, she
First
did.
of all, she not in
How old is your auntie?
Honey, 60.
Okay, well,
okay.
No, I let it go.
She
I let
edged
it
it on.
go.
She edged it on.
No,
I'm
but
too old to
because here's the
care and
thing.
almost see now. That You know how old people get when they say stuff. They just say
I'm
stuff.
like the Africans.
I know.
I got plenty of money to spend on food. Look, I'm like the Africans. My grandmother said, if you're thin, you look poor. Look, promoting.
That's not wrong.
But they were playing, and the kid, she was like, and the reason why she ate so much is because I don't cook it. Like, she gets it, what's that, twice a
She
year?
is a child. She can eat as much as she needs to eat to feel full.
Yeah, because they run it
I
off.
was
To be full.
I was mad that my aunt said it, but I was also over there like this.
Don't be trying to make that girl feel
What?
bad about eating.
First
Don't
of all,
do it.
You're not gonna eat a whole rack of
That's
rack of
exactly what
ribs.
she gonna eat.
There's-
A whole rack of ribs because she ain't gonna get no more till next year.
There's not a lot of meat on a rib
She
anyway.
ain't gonna get no more ribs till next
unless
year.
you get them big fat meaty
Eating
ones.
hot
Eat the
dogs.
ribs, Mom.
I said
Eat the
somebody
ribs.
passed her a cigarette. It just is. If she buys as many hot dogs as she ate, she could have smoked a pack of Newport.
She ain't gonna eat no
If she
more
ate
hot dogs
3
for the
hot
rest of
dogs
the year.
for 365 days till the
Right.
next time she eat them again,
I didn't say
that
anything
stuff
to
gonna
you.
be gone.
Percentages, people.
Yeah.
Percentages.
I mean, she came in the house. She had barbecue sauce all up the side of her face. I was like,
As she should.
She's a baby.
And she ain't gonna get
We're
no more till
changing.
next year.
We're changing the topic. So other than that, she went down. We went to Danville, which is real. It's big country living. So my uncle bought a Porsche, and he took the kids for a spin up the road,
nice.
and
That's
he
fun.
bought them a slip and slide, so they got to play with the cousins on the slip and slide. And he woke up. He was like, "Hey, do you all eat rice on your? Sugar on your rice, or do you eat salt and pepper and butter?" I said they eat rice and gravy at dinner time. And so they had rice and fish for breakfast.
Nice.
It was a nice holiday.
Good.
Awesome.
Lots of laughs.
Enjoyable. That's awesome.
They wasn't used to that prayer line. So we went to our family church. Like my family
Woo!
has a church in Chatham, Virginia. So we went and old school, call you up to the front. All the kids come up, we gonna pray. My niece was like, "Am I in trouble?
Have I done
that
something
baby.
wrong?
Is
It
she
made it
in
look like
trouble?
all the other kids were spitting out scriptures, and my kids was like, "What we supposed to be doing?" I said, "Hold your hands up."
Just say thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, I said, "Hold
Thank you,
your-
Lord.
Jesus wept.
Yeah.
I can do all things.
I said, when you get in the line, just hold your hands up. If they push you, fall.
Melissa.
That's old school. They don't know what to do. We go to a
Do they
mega
still
church.
do that?
Girl, yeah, we can count the
Oh
people
my
in there. It's a
gosh.
small little
Jesus.
church. Nice. It's a family. Everybody in the church was
Yeah.
related to me.
They push you.
Yeah. She like,
Fall.
if they push you, fall. Just pass out.
I cannot.
Oh, I wasn't supposed
We
to
gotta
say that.
start.
You weren't supposed to tell that.
We gotta start the show. We ain't
I'm
even
sorry.
Start the show,
I'm
y'all.
sorry.
We
Yeah,
have
you're
not
right.
even started
Woo,
the
Jesus.
show.
Okay. Oh, you are so right. All right, people. After all of that, it's time now for Word on the Street.
Just take a breath. Y'all keep praying for me.
Oh, from Virginia, child, to New Orleans. I told y'all we were going to talk about it. People, this past weekend, along with 4th of July, every single year, another wonderful holiday happens, and that is Essence Fest. Now, listen, I've only been to Essence Fest once, but I follow everything that happens while I'm there because it's part of the culture.
I've
It
never
is.
been there.
We going next year.
I keep saying I'm gonna go, but then I think about all the people, and then I'm like,
You don't like people? Well, hold on.
I don't want to get lost in the crowd. And then
Lost how? You in New Orleans. There's no
I don't
loss.
know nobody there. I've
go with
been
your
to New
friends.
Orleans
Yeah.
once, but I've
See, that's
never
why she
been
need
to
to get
So
away
the
we
from
go.
the
Yeah,
Essence
that's why we got
Fest.
to
Gotta
go.
get away
We
from
got to
the
go.
kids.
You right,
That's
friend.
what that
No,
is.
you're
You
not
gotta
wrong
get
right
away
there.
from them
We got to
kids.
next year. We going. Just tell your husband up front. Listen, the weekend. It's always the weekend. Whatever the
4th
weekend
of
is
July,
around the 4th of July. So next week, tell your husband up front. We is going.
We gonna go.
We is going. You going to?
You hear me, baby? We gonna go.
4th of July next year. No, I won't be going.
Why?
Because I graduate next year. So I'm having
At
a huge
4th of
graduation
July?
party. Yeah, I'm going to Michigan, and I've already put my down payment down. I'm celebrating being
But you in
Dr.
4th
Waller.
of July? No, I'm here for that. I'm just saying 4th of July is when you graduate.
No, I'm having my celebration in Michigan.
In July.
Her money gonna be tied up in Michigan.
But I feel like she's gonna make some more money, and we can just have
That
we do
too.
both.
But
We'll talk about it.
she got pre-planned all that.
Anywho, and then come on now.
Push me. I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
Jesus.
I'm so
Stop.
here for it.
Stop
I'm here for every bit
I'm
of this.
kidding.
Stop it.
These are jokes, people. Don't take it
Yes.
seriously. Calm down. All right. So Essence Fest happens every single July, first weekend in July. And this weekend, this past weekend, of course, was Essence Fest. It headlined Mary J. Blige, Missy Elliott, everybody's favorite First Lady, Forever Flotus, Michelle Obama. Auntie Michelle was there. Auntie Gail was there. My cousin in my head, Angela Rye, was present.
Yes.
Common was there. Nas.
You know they're back together.
That's what was told to me, but I'm not really sure.
I'm buying it.
Like, I can't really
I'm
tell
buying everything
she don't.
selling.
Well, okay, so here's the reason, because she didn't say it and neither did he.
They're not supposed to.
But here's why I got questions. Okay. Because when they stopped to take the picture, so she was interviewing the congresswoman from Missouri, Minnesota, maybe one of those. Anywho, she was interviewing a congresswoman, and Common was also there. Mm-hmm. And when they stood up to take the picture, she was like,
oh, that's because he said something stupid earlier that day. That's what that was.
Maybe that was
they
it.
asked him, and he said, "I'm not going to say no, and I'm not going to say yes." Now, when they broke up before, he was like, "No, we're not together."
Yeah, but that's because he kept getting asked, and I feel like he didn't have a choice but to address it at that point. Because people would be like, "No," people would be like,
"We want them to be together."
We do want them to be together. I want them to be together.
Okay, so they were at Essence together.
Yes, and they were at Essence together. I hope that they are together and living their best lives. I want Angela Rye to be happy because, again, she's my cousin in my head. I feel like she has done a lot for our people. She is on the CNN and other news stations fighting for the rights of Black people all over. She is changing the narrative, creating conversations. So shout out to Angela Rye, who at some point in time I'm going to get to interview in my lifetime. I'm speaking that. One day she'll be on the curve.
I know several women who will like her to disappear.
Why?
They want Common. They want Common.
Oh, well, yeah, now listen. I know. I mean,
he's fine. She's good.
She's fine.
Okay, did you all watch the video?
Of Michelle Obama? Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so as a single woman, because we've talked about this, one of my favorite quotes, I had a couple, but one of my favorites was, "I don't want to be a purse nor nurse." I said, what? I had to rewind it. Because they were talking about dating. And she was saying that when they first got together, she looked on his resume. She was like, Barack Obama from Hawaii?
Why, sir?
Like, what is he going to sound like? So she was expecting him to be some nerd. Yeah. Whoop-de-woo. And when he called, it was like, ooh.
What is that voice?
That
voice. That voice will do it first. That
she said he's always had that walk.
Hello, Michelle.
But he was late,
Michelle.
and so they were talking about the characteristics and attributes. And Auntie Gail said, "Well, that's fine and dandy, but these days, I don't want to be a purse nor a nurse."
Come on now.
I said, "Lord, have mercy, Jesus."
Write it down. Put it on the T-shirt.
I'm like the kids. Let me fall out on the floor.
Hands up, fall down. I don't want to be a purse or a nurse. And you know what? That is absolutely true. That is absolutely true. I listen, I have said this many times. I wouldn't want to be back out in the dating world. I wouldn't take no whole lot of foolishness from my husband either, but something about being back out in the dating world this day, it's not a game, people. It will almost
make you rethink, First of all, I just told somebody today. No, was it today? I said, he's a risky business. He's a risky business. I'm not trying to fool with anybody that will jeopardize anything that
Come
I
on
work
now.
very hard for.
That part.
And one
Oh,
of the
yeah.
things that she really talked about that just really spoke to my heart is the fact that we have been trained to not value ourselves.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's true.
And
Facts.
we have other people emulating us.
Yeah, yeah.
And because they have access, they are making a profit off of what is in us.
Absolutely.
But we can't see what's in us, and
Absolutely.
we need to learn how to not just put ourselves on our priority list, but also be number one. Be
Absolutely.
top of it.
Number
Absolutely.
one.
And you know what's crazy about that is she said something else. She talked about during the campaign how she was initially the angry black woman, and how people tried to devalue her by making her that angry black woman. But see, here's the thing. People will devalue you on one hand and then try to take that very same thing
Absolutely.
and make $1 off of
Well,
it.
she said what they're doing
And
is
try and beat her.
reframing the narrative.
Absolutely.
She said, oh,
That part.
everybody, my book didn't sell out because everybody was quote unquote down with Michelle Obama.
Absolutely.
Nope.
You know, it spun. They wanted to know, and she said, and just like with President Obama's position, they felt like, oh, because the black guy can do it, it must be easy.
Everybody could do it.
Yeah, anybody can do it. Now
Nope.
look at the position that we're in.
Yeah, yeah,
So
Yeah.
love that.
yeah. She was, I mean, just amazing. The whole thing. I love the blue jumpsuit. I loved, or
She looked great.
yeah, she looked great. The sparkly blue.
Baby, that hair.
I'm trying the natural hair.
The hair.
I loved every bit of that. Did you see the hair and
Yes.
the sparkles?
And I mean, I feel like she always looks amazing. There's
She
nothing
does.
that she has worn that I'm like, Michelle, what were you thinking? But you know,
Right.
there's always going to be somebody who
couple
try to
of
put
things.
her down. But guess what? You just jealous. 'Cause
Yeah.
You can't fit that.
That-
You
listen,
can't wear it. You
Flotus is
can't-
fly. Like
She
forever,
is.
Flotus is
She
fly.
is the
all day, every
flyest
day.
Flotus I've ever known.
Yeah. I would like to also mention about Essence Fest that Mary J. Blige was less than amazing. That's what I heard. That's what they said. All the people said. And the Superdome, unfortunately, was not packed. So I'm hoping that means they're going down on tickets next year.
Probably not.
I hope so. I certainly hope so
I was gonna say
because
probably not.
there were lots and lots and lots of seats.
I'm just loyal to Mary. I don't care where she is. I'm always gonna see her. I'm gonna sit front row and I'm gonna cheer. Because when she started doing that crazy dance, that's
You're
what
here
I'm
for
there
that?
for. Like
I just-
I've been feeling Mary, and I don't know what made my father buy me that Mary J. Blige "What's the 411" CD in 4th grade.
I love
like,
Mary
I
J.
got this.
She said
I
in
got
fourth
it in
grade.
4th grade.
Yes.
On my brand new Walkman, and I mean, when you had the hole, because it didn't
Yep.
have skip on
Yep,
it yet.
yep.
And I love Mary J. Blige. Like, I love her soul just as a person. When you hear her
Absolutely.
in interviews, she's very vulnerable, very
Facts.
transparent.
Now, I
And
like her music, but I don't
like
think
her
I would
music, but
ever
I
go
don't like
see
her.
her in concert.
Oh, I've seen her plenty of times.
I've seen her and I
She's
don't like her
much
live.
better. Oh, I love her.
I don't like her live, man.
I love
But you
her
know who
live.
else I don't like live? And people are gonna hate me for it. But Anita Baker, I don't like Anita live.
Does she put on
The
a
show's
show?
over.
I was about to say,
I don't like Anita live. I
getting
love
ready to get
Anita's
up off this
music.
thing.
I
I
love
was about to say,
Anita's
I can
music.
listen to it all, but I don't think I would desire to go and purchase a ticket to see Anita
You know
Baker
what?
either.
That's just as bad as me saying I don't eat barbecue.
No, I love Anita's music. I adore Anita Baker's music. But
I'm like
when
the
I
people.
went,
She
I'm
get
like
to
the
that
people. It's your house
swinging.
queen.
Did
you see that meme?
yes.
Me said if a person don't like Anita Baker, then they don't have a clean house.
It probably does.
Listen.
No, but
I was
listen,
gonna say, I have Tyler,
I
so
don't
I
like her
don't know.
music live. And it, like the last time, so when I did go to Essence Fest, I believe that is when Beyonce headlined that year, but Anita Baker was on the main stage.
Okay, so let me help Auntie Anita.
It was
First
strange.
of all, I don't think that she really gave herself enough time. Okay, like Escape. You saw when they first started rehearsing how
Facts.
they sound.
They were not
And
great.
Tiny was the one like, we need to train more. And you saw a lot of she and Candy really spending time with the vocal coach and
Latasha
going
and the
through.
other one.
Yeah, and they were performing, and
It
you have
was
to be
tough.
coached.
It was
You
tough to
have
hear.
to get. But by the time they made it to Essence
Yeah.
and started touring, they were a whole lot better in the end. Auntie, when I saw her in Vegas, she was amazing. But by the time I saw her in Vegas, well, she came here in Valentine's Day weekend. I saw her in Vegas in August, so she had improved a lot. But
Maybe so, but Auntie
you
was
don't.
not
How can you say
amazing.
you don't
She
like
was.
Anita Baker?
It's not that I don't like Anita. It's that
You don't like her live?
I just couldn't do it
How?
live. It wasn't a good show live. It just wasn't a good show.
I need your mama to jump in the comments.
It was low key boring.
Oh, what does your mama think about that?
I don't know, Molly Ann.
I
Let
need
me
your-
know.
I need
Like
Miss
it was,
Molly,
it was.
call back,
Well, you
Miss
know, my
Molly.
mama is super
Call
safe.
back.
My mom's like Kev on stage's mom. Like she know about Anita Baker, but we didn't listen to that.
She
growing
don't
up.
have nothing for it.
Yeah, she ain't
She
got
was
nothing
like
for it.
my
It's like, yeah.
Oh, you can play Anita
Yeah.
Baker. My grandmother would say, "Oh, so you wearing red lipstick?"
Right, you out here being
Really?
a heathen. You
So
out
how
here,
did she feel about
listen,
Luther?
out here being a
please.
heathen.
Out here,
Out here
child.
being heathen.
That's why
I
folks
used to
don't
have
know what I'm
Luther
there.
Let me tell you
nights.
something. When I was in, I can't remember what grade I was in, but when I was younger in elementary school, somebody gave me a R. Kelly 12-play CD. Like
Oh, well,
somebody
now
gave
that
it
was
to
being
me,
a heathen.
and
That was
I
being a
thought that
heathen.
my mother
In
was going
elementary
to
school.
excommunicate me out of the house.
Baby,
Like
my mama snatched the cord up. I
just
was at my room on the
straight,
floor.
just whoosh.
She yanked it
Yes.
up out the stereo. And I said,
Yeah, R.
she yanked it so
Kelly.
hard a little spark came out.
So what? Like, what is that? Yeah,
You want to be a street woman now?
Yeah, right.
That's what you want to be?
Streetwalker.
Heathens, all of it, heathens.
Lord,
But anyway,
the Saints need some help.
the Saints are real about their stuff. So anyway, I hear that Essence Fest was amazing. I plan on being there next year.
And apparently so do I.
Yeah, you going? You going? Melissa Money gonna be right by the end. She going to. She just don't.
Let me tell y'all something. Next year I will be 40 years old.
Yes.
Over here on my
We doing
Eat,
all the
Pray,
stuff.
Love. I am going. I'm
That's
going
gonna
to
be a
visit
part of it.
all of the continents except for Antarctica. I'm going to Africa and Europe in December. I am going to Dubai in October.
Yes.
We're not playing out here.
I'm
So
not in these streets. No.
my plan is to go to Brazil and Australia next year. It will probably be sometime in the summertime. So
Listen.
Oh, you can fit
If
New
you
Orleans
got,
in there.
I feel like you can fit all those in. I might be on like half of those with you,
Listen.
because you know me, I fly in and then sleep on your floor. Hotel room.
because she did say, wait a minute, give me that date.
I sure did. I certainly did. I will fly in and be like, "Hey, girl, hey, what's good?" Yes. Anyway, so from Essence Fest to a more interesting topic. Like Essence Fest is great and all, but I was reading an article that our dear friend Melissa sent me. You want to tell the people about the article?
No, you can go ahead.
Okay.
Roll it out.
So we were reading an article in Forbes, and I forget the lady's name, who it was Vera Miralage, I think. Anyway, Vera had an article about hyper visibility and how being plus size has actually helped her
Absolutely.
in the workplace and in the business world. And she says that being a plus size woman allows for a certain level of visibility that people want to take and use for negative, but in essence she took that and turned it around, did a great job at whatever she was doing in life, and she has used it to her advantage. So I had a thought about this as I was reading, and the thought process was, well, if we are, is this putting a spotlight on being plus size? Is this helping us, or is this keeping us from being equal to our other coworkers or other folks? So what do you guys think? Hypervisibility for being plus size, helpful or harmful?
Well, I mean, I don't know. My thing is that, first of all, you have to get over the stigma of a plus size person, because you go in, you can't even get into the company because they think you are lazy, they think you are this, they think you, and it's like I can't even get in to be visible. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know how she become hyper visible when you can barely get into the companies, because they look at you and they're like, oh, you're going to be like the first thing people see, and I don't think that's what I want people to see when they come into my company or whatever, you know? So, I mean, those are things that I've run into.
Where she quotes here, she says, I've had wonderful mentors, bosses, supporters, and advocates in my career without whom I wouldn't be where I am. And I think that relationships matter. at the foundation is helpful. I have had plenty of plus size women who were my bosses, and not only were they plus size, but they were 6 feet or tall. So when you walk in the room, you see them.
Yeah.
And it gives you, to me, to be plus size and to be tall, you have to be confident.
Yes.
And you have to know what you're talking about and own the room. And these have been people at executive level positions, and I can name a few where it has never been a big issue. And to me, I think that it really depends on how you see yourself and how you own who you are and what you know, because a lot of that you can get rid of by developing those relationships. And then when you go into, you got to have an ally. Same thing with everybody else, and people will get mad for me about saying this, but I'm going to tell you the truth. The majority of the quote-unquote minority groups have allies before they enter the room. Whether it's gay, Jewish, women of color, men. There's some type of mentor or friend that said, hey, I think you would be great for this position. And so that helps you in owning the room when you go in on the job.
I do agree. I think one of the bigger problems with the workplace in general is that people come in without that ally. They come in without that mentor. They come in without a person to help them navigate the culture.
Absolutely.
And I think it's very harmful because here's the thing. Most of your, and I hate to say it, but most of your white co-workers,
they have allies.
They have an ally, they have a mentor, they have a person who's
a father, a brother-in-law,
somebody who can kind of help them navigate the waters, tell them about relationships, help them to just to know who to talk to and who not to, who to stay away from, who to go to when they need help. Those kinds of things.
Well, because they're hiring them into their own companies.
Absolutely.
But it's like when you go cold call into a company and you're like, okay, this seemed like a great company. I don't know anybody there. And it's like you get there, you can have all the confidence in the world, but if their visual is not what, they perceived in the beginning, then it's like, you have all the qualifications and you're wonderful, but you're not right for our company.
But foundationally, that's where it goes back, because I can just be honest, I've never had a job where I didn't know someone where I was going. Even when I first started here in Atlanta 13 years ago, one of my friends, and she's white, she told me about the job. And I was in Michigan, and she helped me look for my apartment, told me who to talk to when I went down there. Like that, and it's not networking, it's having those relationships.
But I think it starts with networking. I think that's I think we don't do that enough. I think we don't build so networking is not just going into a room cold giving your card to somebody. Like that's not proper networking. And I think one of the huge problems with people of color is we have not been taught how to properly network. Your network is what you build when you don't need anything, right? When you don't need when you're not looking for a job, when
it's relationship.
Yes, you are building.
Instead of networking, it's
because
relationship.
we have a friend
exactly.
that shall go
nameless.
And she's short and plus size, and I have seen her just work her way in several different organizations. She's white, she's short, she's plus size, and I mean she's petite plus size.
Yep.
And when I tell you she can work a room and you feel not just her warmth, but her presence, like she shows up.
Yeah.
And she's not what one would consider as, how people are saying you're 12, 14, 16. No, she's a nice
curvy. She's a nice curvy girl.
And but the confidence shows up.
It does. Not only does the confidence show up, but she again is the queen of building those relationships before you need them. So that by the time she needs something, she has already befriended you, she's already helped you and extended herself. She's open and available for questions, whatever you need them. And she's not shy about helping you to connect with whomever you might need to connect with.
And documents.
Yeah.
You will see her. You will follow her along her journey because she's eating ice cream or wine and kicking up on the beach.
Girl.
You will see her in her swimsuit and there are no qualms. And she has those people in those different Fortune 500 companies or
Spaces.
who she's contracting with, and I mean on company
Yeah.
trips. You'll see her in a bathing suit at the beach.
Kicking it.
So I feel like it's helpful.
Yeah, a hypervisibility. So I teeter. Like I'm still teetering on the hypervisibility because I think that one of the main things that we have to the one thing that we're shooting for is equality, and I think it's just like with Black people having to do twice the work to get half as far. I feel like there's a I feel like we shouldn't have to do all that to just be
Well, you're
equal.
definitely discriminated against
Absolutely.
with your size, and especially
Absolutely.
now that companies are changing the way that their insurance, your benefits are set up.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
if the people from Blue Cross Blue Shield call me one more time every day to track my blood pressure and my weight, I had to tell them, man, I eat good. Don't worry about it.
That's what it's all
You still
about.
drinking water? I drink about a gallon a day. Thank you.
I
I was gonna say,
see,
I
that's
can't
not his
believe they
business.
actually call you and ask you that stuff. But
Yeah, well, if you have certain plans, they will. Because you have to think in a minute, you're going to have to pay higher rates for insurance if your obesity level is
That's true.
higher.
I've
And
told
so
people.
me weighing 232 pounds for them, it doesn't matter that I'm 5'9" and a half. I'm just at risk.
I've told several people you can't afford to be fat in Trump's America.
No, not at all.
You can't. You
But-
cannot.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. No,
No, I was saying from that article that we read, I liked this quote. I called it the drop the mic quote. And this is actually for everybody, not whether you need to be visible or whatever. But it says, don't let the shame or disgust of others keep you from shining, and find ways to turn being on constant display to your advantage.
Absolutely.
And I thought that was awesome and amazing.
I believe that when people throw dirt on you, you should grow.
Amen.
There you go.
Come on now. You better drop the wisdom. All right. So from from hypervisibility to the grand gesture, Dennis McKinley
I read that.
is in the news. Dennis McKinley is in the news yet again. He and his wonderful fiance, Real Housewives of Atlanta co-star Portia Williams, are back on, people. They are back on. Now, let me tell you what happened. Dennis McKinley was accused of cheating on Portia Williams
That's
after.
what he need to do.
Hold on. He was accused.
And I was about to say, and
he
they're
was
still
accused-
engaged.
They are still engaged. He was accused of cheating on Portia Williams after the birth of their daughter, Pilar. She, I believe, is 3 months old now, or maybe 4 months old now. She's about 4 months old now. But as an I'm sorry, Dennis purchased her a restaurant.
Can she even cook? I don't
He
even
purchased
know.
her a restaurant. She ain't got to cook. She ain't got to cook nothing.
I'm just saying,
paid
I needed
cash.
to be connected
I
to
need
me
Dennis
in
to
some
keep
way.
his hot dog in a bun. That's what I need Dennis to do. I need Dennis
He's
to
putting
stay
it in
out
a
of
bun. He ain't
Atlanta
putting it in
street.
Portia's
And I like
bun.
Dennis because Dennis is from Detroit. He's from the hometown. I love Dennis. However, I think that for far too long, that's what I'm saying. Let's go back to what Auntie Michelle was just talking about. A couple of segments. Where's your value? Okay, you can give me this and you can put it in my name and you pay for it in cash.
Cash.
Because that's what the street committee said, right?
That's what they said.
So
Cash money.
What's going to, because Candy told her, she warned her early on. See, there are some things that he showed her in the beginning. Now you up here with this man and he got 1 million women's name tattooed on him. Already that tells you the story.
That this is a problem.
And none of them his sister's name.
No, and he hasn't
girl.
gotten them removed or covered. Like they're still there.
My question is this, and you know what? Listen, church people, cover your ears because I'm about to ask the question.
Oh.
How are you having sex with somebody?
She said on
who
the show
got-
she lick him.
I can't. I can't.
What?
She
You in the
said
bed with
on
him and the
Real
15 other
Housewives
chicks
of
on
Atlanta. She licked the other names. It doesn't even matter to her because he's laying with her.
That sounds thirsty to me. That's like a desperate woman who just has to have a man, and you just don't care about his history whatsoever.
But I think Portia has been trying to redeem herself since Cordell.
Yeah, but you don't have to just take anything.
But now I will say Dennis has been very good to Portia Williams. He's been very good to her.
What,
Now, I don't know.
Wise, it's about whether you keeping your penis in your pants.
Come on, Mary.
Hello?
Listen, I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying.
Because they had that long, drawn out conversation about prenups.
They did. And they still have not decided on that, which is why they're not married yet.
You haven't even said I do.
And you just had his baby?
Let me give y'all a famous quote from, I feel like he was my older cousin, Nipsey Hussle.
Mm-hmm. What Nipsey say?
You cannot possess people.
You cannot.
Experience them. And this is your experience with him. It's telling the story. In the beginning.
And if you want to keep experiencing that same behavior and sharing him with everybody else, then go ahead, marry him.
So I'm just asking you, from the married corner. My grandmother always said, what you experience in the beginning, you will experience in the end.
Yeah,
it's good to
those
you
are
in
facts.
the beginning.
Those are facts. Those are facts.
That's just my position.
Those
I
are facts.
know. I understand unconditional love, but again, that for me, and people can say what they want to say about Portia. And I've had the opportunity to meet her on several occasions. Like what you see on TV, like she's super sweet and super nice, and she comes from such a great and prestigious family here in Atlanta.
She does, and I think that she has not done a great job of carrying on that name. I don't.
Well, I wasn't gonna say that.
Well,
I was just gonna say like your value is so much more. Like value-wise, she's so much more, but it has to be an internal thing.
Yeah, I was about to say she doesn't carry herself like she is from this family. She might
from
use
a civil rights
the name,
dynasty. She's
but
from a civil rights dynasty.
Yeah, but she's not. She doesn't have the confidence, I think, or whatever. When she puts on that show, it's like she's trying to compete with like the Nenes and the Acting and Plum Fools, like the Kenyas and all them other stuff.
I don't know if that's an act though. Here's the thing. I don't think that Portia, and I don't know her, so let's just say this is my opinion. Let me just preface it by saying that I don't know if Portia is that great of an actress. I don't think that she is that.
So you think she that hood coming from the family she come from?
I can't believe.
I think
that's real life.
Let me say
if
this.
If she's trying to drag somebody by their weed,
I think that's
hood.
Real life.
I think that it is very hard when you grow up in a fishbowl. Okay? Because now you have everyone else's expectations.
True.
And you have everyone else's, because from my understanding, that's how she got into the marriage with Cordell Stewart, because it was like, this is so-and-so's granddaughter. Well, that is so-and-so's granddaughter. And I'm telling you my dad wasn't a civil rights person at all, but he's done his fair share of great things in his lifetime. And it's very hard, and especially in him being in politics as well as being a pastor, it was like, what is she doing? No, I wasn't wild and foul, but at the same time, one of the things that led me to Atlanta is I did not want to be in anybody else's life, because you have people that say, well, what's she doing and why is she going here and when it's called living. Like, I didn't stand on the front line, and neither did she. And so I think that it's just fair to say the difference between her and someone else that's not in the limelight is that I think it's that value that she can't really see in herself.
I get that.
Because of the fact that you have all this other stuff shining. And I'm sure there's 1,000,001 people that would love to be with her. But because he has all the shiny stuff in front of her, it blindsides the fact that, he sells hot dogs.
But he's made a lot of money selling hot dogs.
I didn't say he didn't.
He's made a lot. He's a very successful hot dog seller.
I'm not minimizing. Didn't I say he sold
Oscar Mayer.
He from Detroit.
Yeah, he did.
He basically brought Detroit to
Atlanta
and did well. But I'm saying he's selling more than just the hot dogs that's over there at that restaurant.
He giving his hot dog away.
He's like the mother said, he's laying it low
and spread it wide.
And that's why would be great co-parents right now. Because all the gifts in the world is not going to change his integrity.
No,
Now
that's trying to buy
those are
her
facts.
love.
Those
You
are
cannot
facts.
buy her love.
Those are facts.
She needs to walk away, take time for herself and her baby, be the best mama she can be. Getting married is not, I mean, it's not, you have to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, people don't know that. Have never
Well, listen,
experienced.
Portia, you don't have to get married.
But she's been
right
married
now.
before.
I know, and it's like
she's
she's
been
so
married.
desperate to get married again, and it's like you
Okay,
don't
but
have
here's
to
my
do
question
that.
for you all. Have you all ever been through a grand gesture that you turned down and said no to? I didn't say no either.
No, I'm not saying no.
I didn't say no to the
But
grand
we can't
gesture.
be back together. I got a nice grand gesture.
I mean, I
What
walked
was
away
the grand
from a
gesture? I'm not
marriage.
telling
You're
you.
not telling. Okay. It was good though. It was good. When my husband messed up, he bought me a trip to Paris. That was a good grand gesture. It was good. It was wonderful.
You didn't turn it down.
I did not.
Yeah, you
I
went.
did not. I went to.
It doesn't change the way that I feel. Like he
Yeah.
could have bought me the restaurant, and I still would have been like, okay, thank you. Now let's talk about
You
these.
still messed up.
These arrangements that you gonna pick the baby up.
Yeah.
Because I think that you have to see somebody's character. Like if he's already shown you who he is.
Yeah, I need you
and
to
I
change.
love this couple. I love this couple, but I'm gonna put them out there. Look at T.I. and Tiny.
Listen,
He
she
is
needs to turn
king
down all of his
grand
gestures. Grand,
Like he's bought
small.
shoes, and you know what? And I was all for forgiveness
But
until
she was with them.
what's the
all
lady's
the
name?
time.
Bernice Burgo.
Yeah.
Bernice Burgo.
Yeah.
When she showed up, and then the people at YBF, he gave them both the same gifts, and they had on the same outfit.
They did.
And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, he was.
But
that
see,
was.
that relationship, Tiny was there in the beginning, and I don't think she's ever going to go anywhere because she's put up with way worse than that, I think.
And I'm
So
happy that they have stood the test
she's
of
that
time.
ride or die.
But look at how long it took her, and she put her foot down with the divorce, and then they left. My thing is, give it some time. It's not to say they can't be together, but give it some time so he can show himself. And in that situation, they're married, so I get it. But they're just engaged.
That's true.
Like on the street, you're still valuable.
Yeah.
Not to say that she's not of value, but the game hasn't changed because you haven't said I do.
Yep, you still on the market.
Hey, let me
sis.
tell you something. It's
God
tryout
is sending
season.
you the
It's,
warning.
come on, it's
girl.
trial season.
Baby, it's sundress
Listen,
season. As curvy as she is.
yeah,
Baby,
yeah.
I'll be out there with my
You talking about
stroller,
the
pushing it and
sundress
minding my own
season.
business.
All right, y'all. We're gonna take a very quick commercial break, and we will be right back with more of the Curve. We are back, people. Okay. We are back. All right. It is time. We're going to do a very quick, because we're running a little over, but that's all right. We're going to do a very quick, a toast to you. This week, we got two people or two entities to shout out. We want to shout out Halle Bailey, who is co-star of the wonderful show Grownish, which I watch incessantly. Miss Halle has just been cast in the role of Ariel in the live-action version of The Little Mermaid. Super duper excited for her, and the people are big mad.
Baby, but wait till they find out about Jesus.
Wait till they find out. Wait till they find out about that woolly hair. Wait, that woolly hair does not mean it's not. It's
the
not.
Garden of Eden is in
Come on.
Africa.
Come on, y'all. I'm just
Okay, go
saying.
ahead.
Anywho, Callie and the people are the as I say, the white people are mad, and they have placed a hashtag on Twitter called "Not My Ariel." Hashtag Not My Ariel.
And did you see
But
all
it's
the
okay,
brown
though.
gingers
Yes, I
that have been
did.
posted? I
Yes.
think it's great. I love multicultural cast.
Yeah, me too.
What was the Cinderella card that did really well with
Brandy,
Brandy and Whitney Houston?
yeah, I can't remember, but
Yeah, I
Brandy
That
don't
was
did
the
remember.
really
Cinderella.
well.
Yeah,
So I know this will work. I love
this is
multicultural
gonna be
cast.
fine.
I
This
love
is
it.
And
gonna be
I'm
perfectly
like,
fine.
I love it when the person is just great for the role. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what they look like or whatever. It's been plenty of, you know, other races that have been played by other people.
Absolutely.
Like Aquaman, always been white in the comics and things like that. And who playing? My baby, Jason Momoa.
That one.
And you know he
He's
ain't
fine.
white.
He's
You know what I'm
beautiful.
saying?
He is. I mean, I saw a wonderful tweet about all the people who have, all the white people who have played black people down through history.
Yeah.
If you're mad about this, you also need to be mad at Elizabeth Taylor playing Cleopatra.
No.
Because she's been doing it all of, she's
Yeah,
been,
for a long time.
For a long time.
And we all know where she came from, but I'm going to give the people something to, y'all go ahead and Google this and you can watch the short little video. Yemaya.
Yummy,
Yemaya.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, her. Yemaya. And put mermaid in Google, and that is the story of the Little Mermaid.
Okay. And
And you will see what color she was. And
Oh.
yeah, that's the original story.
The
of
original version.
of the Little Mermaid.
I told the people last week about where fairy tales really come from. The Brothers Grimm and other folks. They not listen. Disney done took it, and it's fair. Listen, y'all got these versions that ain't real. Y'all
But
need to
the
go back
crazy,
and do some
the
research.
crazy thing is that I was discussing it with my husband, and I'm like, people, it's like you can't tell people, you know, where you belong, or oh, Ariel is white, a black person can't play Ariel, and things like that, and like Little Nas X can't be country. I mean, you can't tell people. You don't have any rights over anything. You don't have rights over Ariel and what color she is. You don't have rights over country music. You don't have rights over, I mean, even Nick Fury from Avengers with the eye patch. He was always a white man, and guess who played him very well? Samuel L. Jackson.
That's true.
So
Those
you
are facts.
cannot. It's like I wish people would just stop trying to pigeonhole or put a character in a box.
Yes.
It's called acting for a reason. Any and everybody can, as long as they're good at it, they can play that role. Now, there were some places where it didn't work all that well.
Well.
Like Cedric the Entertainer trying to be the honeymooners. But, you
didn't
know, nobody can play that role like Jackie Gleason.
Come on now.
I'm just saying, you stop with your opinions about who needs to play who, whatever. I mean, you're not the director. You're not the casting agent. You ain't nobody with a decision. You can't make a decision. So keep
And I just
information
know
to
that
yourself.
Hallie is going to come in and kill this thing, and I can't wait. I'm
Exactly.
taking all the little girls I know. All of them. Just all the little girls. I'm picking them all up. We're getting a 15-passenger van. We're going to the movies.
Oh, you gonna take
You
us to
coming
the-
to pick me up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We're coming to get you. I also want to shout out the U.S. women's soccer team. Those girls went over there and won the World Cup.
Yes, they did, and twerk.
Listen,
And they did, and they were absolutely amazing. And then
I'm
they came
so
back and
happy
filed
for
a
them.
lawsuit. They came back and they said, what we're not going to do is go win and then come back home and be discriminated against.
Right.
But we'll talk about that. We may bring that back up
Right.
next week. But the shout out to them for this moment. A toast to you. We want to
Absolutely.
shout you guys out for being amazing and going over there and doing us all very, very proud.
Very proud.
All right, folks, that is going to do it for tonight's show. What an amazing show. As always, make sure that you are following us on our webpage, on our Facebook page, on At The Curve, and On The Curve.
On the curve.
At On The Curve is what I was trying to say.
we heard you. We got it.
And also make sure you go to our YouTube channel and make sure that you subscribe to our channel. We would love to see as we start updating and putting more into our YouTube page, we want to definitely see you there, and we don't want you to miss anything. So make sure that you are doing that. And also, if you have a guest that you think would be awesome for the Curve, please make sure you go to our Facebook page. You can direct message us. You can drop it in the comments, and we would love to hear who you want to see on the Curve. That's going to do it for us. Make sure you follow us each individually. Make sure you follow all the stuff I just said. Make sure that you work hard, play hard, pray hard, and slay hard. And don't forget to live life on the curve. We'll see you next week.